Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Olson, I understand that early in your career you took on a pro bono case involving DACA recipients.
I did, Your Honor. Senator.
And what was your impression of those clients?
Those clients were good people, and I was happy to help them.
Did you have any question as to whether they had an aspiration to be part of the future of the United States?
Based on the legal work that I did for them, I assume that was the case. I didn't know them at a personal level, but I think that's a fair assumption to make.
I've been involved in this for a while. 24 years ago, I introduced the DREAM Act, which led to DACA under President Obama. And there's still some 800,000 out there, excuse me, protected by DACA who are in question as to their future disposition. If a case came before you considering the legality or constitutionality of DACA, what would you do?
Well, Senator, I think as many nominees before this committee have stated, I'll not give hints or prejudge how a case might come before me. I will apply all applicable law to that question and uphold the rights of the individuals who come before me.
You wouldn't recuse yourself?
I would, any recusal question that would come before me, I would take on a case-by-case basis and apply the relevant considerations to that.
Thank you. Mr. Lee, among your clients in private practice was a major tobacco company, R.J. Reynolds, in product liability and wrongful death cases. In those cases, you defended the company against claims brought by plaintiffs and sought the reduction or vacator of judgments to plaintiffs. In one cert position that you drafted, you went so far as to challenge the connection between cigarettes a woman smoked and the larynx cancer she was diagnosed with at age 36. As you sit before us today, can you acknowledge that cigarettes and other products made by tobacco companies can and do cause cancer?
Yes, Senator.
Sorry.
Yes, Senator.
Well, that's good. What about gun laws? You had an interesting case concerning open carry in classrooms and the right of a professor to bar students from carry guns into the classroom. Do you remember that?
Not quite in those terms, but I think I know the case you were talking about.
Could you, if I didn't state it properly, would you do so now?
It was a group of professors who had retained our firm to argue that a Georgia state law was interfering with their ability whether or not to be able to permit guns in their classroom. They thought that they would have that authority through the Board of Regents, and they felt like the state law infringed upon that.
In what position did you argue?
We represented the professors, and so it was a state constitutional law argument. This would have been 2017 or so, kind of a separation of powers argument.
And did that color your judgment as to the Second Amendment rights individuals have?
The case itself did not involve the Second Amendment. It was a state law right. There was just no connection. But obviously, I would faithfully apply any binding precedent involving the Constitution.
Did that experience influence your reaction to the Brown University incident over the weekend?
No, that was obviously a tragedy, but I did not, I kept my legal position and views separate from acknowledging the clear tragedy at Brown.
Mr. Burrows, 2 months ago, texts were leaked from a group chat of a number of young Republican leaders across the country, revealing racist, misogynistic, and anti-Semitic language, including, for example, a message stating, quote, "I love Hitler," close quote. 2 of those individuals led the Kansas Young Republicans chapter, William Hendricks and Alex Dwyer. Both participated in using inexcusable language. Mr. Hendricks made racial slurs and used the N-word. Mr. Dwyer referred to white supremacist neo-Nazi code. Rightfully so, Mr. Hendricks and others lost their jobs. Yet some have defended them, most notably Vice President Vance, waved off these disgusting texts as nothing more than, quote, edgy, offensive jokes made by, quote, kids. Mr. Burrows, let me ask you, do you know or have you worked with Mr. Hendricks or Mr. Dwyer?
I believe Mr. Hendricks was hired when I worked at Kansas Attorney General's office. So yes, I know him.
What is your reaction to those quotes?
I mean, obviously it's problematic. Senator, I believe I'm over my time. Can I finish my response?
Yeah, by all means, go ahead.
And I reject any, racism, division of people by characteristics, immutable, or religion, anything like that. I think they were right to fire him.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.